My mom's boyfriend constantly has a problem with me. Basically, what the title says. For some background info, my parents separated when I was 3, but they've always separated their issues with each other for my sake. I know my mom cheated on my papa, but he's never made her out to be the villain to me. They agreed that I'd be living with him with visitation to my mom's place. Both my parents have new partners. My papa, 38 male, married his boyfriend, also 38 male, when I was 8 years old, and I've always seen him as my dad too. They had my sister when I was 9, so she's 7 now, and our family is honestly great. Our dads love each other endlessly, so my sister and I have just grown up in a pretty loving and caring environment. I love my mom too, and like I said, my dad has never said anything bad about her to me or my sister. She didn't exactly settle down like my dad did, and she has had a lot of guys come and go. It was a little hard when I was younger, and I would get attached. I've learned since then that I shouldn't be doing that. My mom's current boyfriend of about a year always has some kind of bone to pick with me. He's pretty clear that he doesn't like having me around or the fact that I get attention from mom when I'm around. My mom doesn't like hearing complaints about him, and she does say certain things about my dad. She's never liked the fact that I call my papa's husband dad. Her boyfriend also has a problem with the fact that I'm living with them when he doesn't even like me in the first place. I honestly don't know what he wants from me. It's getting hotter where I'm from, and I usually sleep in shorts and t-shirts. And he has a problem with me walking around like that, and it makes me uncomfortable. He also makes weird comments that insinuate that my dads would look at me like I'm not their daughter and would essentially sexualize. He also doesn't get why they're even married and raising children together. These kinds of comments are another thing that makes me uncomfortable. He's also mentioned things about my body like I'm showing off my figure and my boyfriend would be lucky. I don't know what to do. Would it be bad if I told my mom that I won't be coming over anymore as long as he's there? I don't know if I should tell my dads about them either. My dad, especially, is super protective of me and my sister and would never let anything bad happen to either of us or my papa. I have no problem just living at home with my dads and sister until my mom can sort things out with her boyfriend, if she does. I just don't want to completely cut contact with my mom. TLDR, my mom's boyfriend constantly has some kind of bone to pick with me. He constantly badmouths my dads, both 38 male, and nitpicks everything I do or things they let me do. He has a problem with me walking around in my PJs and says things that make me uncomfortable. Tell your dad, this guy is a creep. I grew up in a hot place, regularly wore shorts and tanks around my dad and brother. I never had to worry because it's my dad and brother and they didn't sexualize me. He sounds like a jealous boyfriend and it's ringing all the alarm bells. If you can, leave your mom's house and stay with your dad's. I know you don't want to cut contact, but if your mom cannot prioritize your safety, you don't have a choice. Literally, anyone who says you need to be dressing modest around your male family members is weird. I was in a biking accident a few weeks ago, and I scraped my stomach up pretty bad. For a few days, I couldn't stand wearing shirts, so I just had a bralette on, and what would you know? It was a normal time because my dad and brother are my dad and brother. OP, seriously know that any adult sexualizing you like that has issues. You are 100% justified in never wanting to be around him again. Your mom may be upset, but your safety is worth more than her feelings. No, it would not be wrong of you to tell your mother that you don't feel comfortable around him and that you refuse to come over. Also, please let your father know about the comments this guy is making. What he is doing is wrong. And if you need a script, Mom, I love you and you know how much I appreciate being with you. I cannot be around your boyfriend because he told me I'm showing off my figure to him, which is something I'm not doing, so I know he's looking at me inappropriately. He's your boyfriend and he's also your choice. I'm going to choose not to be around him anymore and let my fathers know why I'm going to stay away from you when he's around. Let me know when we can be together again, alone. And it must be without him. You should tell your dads for sure how this guy is treating you. And it is okay to want to take a break from visiting there if he is around. You are there to see your mom, not her latest fella. This, your dads would totally understand and support you. Your mom might lash out or react in a less than savory way, but it's your safety and mental health over her boyfriend's, always. She needs to listen because your concerns are valid. And the fact that he's talking about your body, making underhanded homophobic remarks about your dad's marriage, is not okay. This dude sounds like an awful person. I don't blame you for not wanting to be around him. The wonderful thing about having great, loving, protective parents is that they will fight your battles for you, especially in cases like this. You don't have to tell your mom if you don't feel comfortable. You can tell your dads, and they will very likely support you through and through and break the news to your mom for you, leaving the creepy BF completely out of it. You make the decision. Tell your dads you don't want to go anymore. Understandable if they want some explanations. And then, from there, they can take the news. Then it'll play out among the adults. Your mom can decide to side with you or her boyfriend. And if she sides with you, great. Boundaries will hopefully be enforced. If she doesn't, well, it sounds like you just won't be going to see your mom anymore. Of course, as this is all going down, it's normal to feel worried or some kind of way. But keep in mind you're doing what makes you feel safe and secure and comfortable. When I first read this story, even before I read the comments, I wanted to tell Opie to just run for the hills. Her mom's boyfriend sounds like bad news. I can only imagine her father's reaction, and it would not be pretty. Opie, I hope you're safe with your dads. That's it for today's video. Thanks for listening, and I hope to see you in the future.